Airport workers protest give federal government 14-day ultimatum over aviation bills. Zamfara State Police Command reiterates its commitment to restoring lasting peace and security in the state. Boundary dispute worsened insecurity, 676 killed on state. On business, passport issuance rises by 38%, more Nigerians relocate. And on the international scene, Vice President Kamala Harris reaffirms her support for Joe Biden in the 2024 race. On sports, Akinwumi, Dikko 9 others cleared for NFF presidential race. I'm Sumaya Dresser and now the news info. Aviation unions have given the federal government a 14-day ultimatum over what they say are anti-labor clauses in recently amended aviation bills. The unions say clauses inserted in the bills give the Minister of Aviation overriding powers to direct affairs on issues affecting trade unions in the industry, stressing that the clauses were an attempt to gag and control the unions. For more on the story, Jamila Ibrahim Dosel reports.
One of the clauses reads, all services which facilitate and maintain the smooth, orderly and safe take-off, flight and landing of aircraft, embarkation and disembarkation and evacuation of passengers and cargo respectively in all airdromes in Nigeria are hereby designated as essential services pursuant to the provisions of Section 11, subsection 1 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999 as altered.
The government has designated the aviation sector as a very critical sector, essential services provider. And so its goal is to end all forms of strike and protest. And the union workers, as the unionists are saying, that will not work. That once they take that away from them, unionism is ended. And that what it means is that the governments can do and undo. And for them, what the proposed law is trying to say is that the power to apprehend strike will be taken from the Ministry of Labor and given to the Minister of Aviation, who now controls the entire sector, including activities of the workers. And they have said it will not work, but that is like taking away their voices, it's like taking away their rights as workers. And they have struggled over the years to ensure that they are where they are. We remember May Day, the very first Workers' Day celebration. And so it took some people to even sacrifice their lives. And so they said they will not take this latest approach by the government to whittle down unionism. But they are surprised to now hear from the back door that this is what government intends to do. And so they are telling government that they are aware and that they will not accept it. Now, the climax will be at the declaration of a nationwide strike in the next 2 weeks, if the alleged anti-labor clauses are not removed.
They said the minister may, by regulations, prohibit all or such class or classes of workers, officers and other employees or persons, whether corporate or natural, engaged in the provision of services specified in subsection 1 of this section from taking part in a strike or other industrial action. Jamila Ibrahim Dusa reporting for SVTV News.
The federal government has inaugurated a committee to provide concrete measures to safeguard train passengers and railway infrastructure across the country. A statement by the Federal Ministry of Transportation said the 11-man committee was inaugurated by the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry, Magdalene Ajani, in Abuja. The committee is to review the use of surveillance equipment along rail lines and set up a special task force on railway lines across the country. It will also develop a comprehensive report on the train attack along the Abuja-Kaduna route and make recommendations on how to prevent future occurrences of similar attacks. The members of the committee are the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Transport, Magdalene Ajani, Chairman, Managing Director of the Nigerian Railway Corporation, Fidit Okinwiya, Secretary, Director Rail Transport Services, Yusuf Adekunle, Air Vice Marshal, A.O. Adole, Defense Headquarters, Major General T. Igagariga, Nigerian Army, Air Commodore C.O. Olayera, Nigerian Air Force, and Ngozi Ezelo, representing civil society organizations. The Commissioner of Police, Zamfara State Command, CP Kolo Yusuf, has reiterated the commitment and determination of the police to rid the state of criminal activities and restore lasting peace and security across the state. The Commissioner made the assurance when he visited Commissioner of Security and Home Affairs, DIG Ibrahim Mamman Safi, retired, in his office at JB Yakubu Secretariat, Gusau. For more on the story, Alami Ibrahim reports.
CP Kulu, while appreciating the Commissioner of Security for the warm reception, also commended the existing synergy between the command and the ministry, pointing out that such encouragement will go a long way in boosting the morale of officers. In his response, the Commissioner for Security, DIG Ibrahim Mamman Safi, retired, thanked the CP for the visit and commended his doggedness in tackling insecurity in Zamfara State, assuring him of the state government determination to support all security agencies to carry out their duty effectively. In a similar development, the CP also visited the Comptroller Nigerian Immigration Service, Alhaji Ibrahim Adam Balarabi, at the Immigration State Command Headquarters, Gusau. The CP and the Comptroller discussed extensively on matters relating to security of the state and promised to improve the existing collaboration between the two agencies. Alami Ibrahim Dusar, photo for SBTV News.
Governor Bello Muhammad Matawalli has approved a number of new appointments. They include that of Salisu Musa Safi as part-time chairman, School of Nursing and Midwifery, Gusau, and Alhaji Abubakar Nagwako, S-Power Talata Mafara as permanent commissioner, Hajj Commission. In the same vein, the governor has approved some minor changes in some board and agencies. The changes are Alhaji Aliyu Alhazai Shinkafi, who moves from Anti-Togri Committee to Zarota as commandant. Colonel Rabi Ugarba Endoto retired from Zarota to Censorship Board as permanent member. Accordingly, activities of the Anti-Togri Committee would be supervised by the Honorable Special Advisor on Security. The appointments and changes take effect immediately. No fewer than 676 persons have been killed in various communal and boundary disputes in Nigeria between January 2018 and August 2022. Also, no fewer than 444 houses were destroyed during the crisis in the period under review. For more on the story, Kulsum Muhammad reports.
This is happening as security agencies battle to contain bandits, militants, and other violent crimes across the country. Security experts said the development required urgent intervention to prevent it from threatening the 2023 general elections, adding that the situation might worsen the security crisis in the country if the government failed to address the situation on time. Findings indicate that most of the clashes resulted from unresolved age-long disputes, while a few others are fresh cases. A breakdown according to states indicated that Ebonyi State recorded the highest communal clashes in the country with 131 deaths, Taraba State 116, Benue had 92 incidents, Kogi 67, and Cross Rivers 73. These were the 5 worst hit states within the period. Umukuthum Muhammad reporting for SVTV News.
Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike met privately with the presidential candidate on the Action Alliance, Hamza Al-Mustafa, at his private residence in Port Harcourt on Monday night. Major Al-Mustafa, retired, was the chief security officer of the late former head of state, Sani Abacha. The latest visit is coming over 1 week after 17 governorship candidates of the People's Democratic Party for the 2023 general elections met with Wike in Port Harcourt. Like many of the recent visits by presidential candidates to the governor, the agenda for the meeting by Al-Mustafa was not revealed as of the time of filing this report. A government house source says neither Al-Mustafa nor his host spoke to newsmen after the private meeting, which lasted for an hour. The Nigerian Labour Congress on Monday vowed to mobilize its members across the 774 local government areas in Nigeria to achieve victory for Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi in next year's presidential election. NLC National President Ayuba Wabba stated this on Monday at the national retreat of the party in Abuja. The NLC president promised to leave no stone unturned in mobilizing members to support the party to victory. He explained that no country in the world can prosper and work in unity if the country is so divided, pointing out that one of the responsibilities of Labour Party is to unite Nigerians along a common goal of development and prosperity. Opponents of the Labour Party and its presidential candidates have often dismissed Mr. Obi's chances of achieving victory at the polls on the grounds that is lacked on the needed structure. And on business, over to Amina Kabir Sarikin.
Audio Jungle.
Thank you, Sumaya. And the business updates. The number of passports issued by the Nigeria Immigration Service rose by 38% between 2020 and 2021. This is an increase from 767,164 to 159,607 passports issued in 2020 and 2021 respectively. According to data obtained from the NIS, the passport types range from standard, official, diplomatic, emergency travel certificate, and refugee passport or conventional travel documents. A breakdown of that number revealed that out of the total passport issued in 2020, 761,825 were standard, 2,024 were official, 444 were diplomatic, and 2,871 were emergency travel certificates. In 2021, the NIS issued 141,537 standard passports, 2,811 official passports, 895 diplomatic passports, 14,214 emergency travel certificates, and 150 refugee passports. There is about 2,081 and 2,853 passports issued in every 24 hours in 2020 and 2021 respectively. For the period under review, the United Kingdom immigration report showed that 13,609 Nigerian healthcare workers were granted working visas. This is second only to India with 42,966 practitioners. That's all for business updates. I am Aminat Kabir Sarki. Thank you for watching and keep watching Standard Voice Television.
Thank you, Amina. And on the international scene?
Audio Jungle.
Vice President of the United States of America, Kamala Harris, has reaffirmed her support for President Joe Biden's re-election, but even as the growing number of their fellow Democrats cast doubt on Biden's 2024 ambitions. Harris reaffirmed in a wide-ranging interview on NBC News Meet the Press on Sunday, September 11, 2022.
Asked to speak at the portrait unveiling of President Biden, I would have so much to say about his character, about who he is as an individual. He and I, that he talks about, for example, how they talk about family. Joe and I, which is what I call him when he and I are together, the president, we talk about family a lot. We talk about our hopes. We talk about our dreams. We talk about the things that concern us, that worry us, the things that keep us excited about everything we are doing. It's a real friendship. We have a real friendship, and I cherish that.
She also tried to avoid weighing indirectly on the Justice Department's bombshell investigation into Donald Trump's handling of classified documents. However, she did say that people are going to demand justice in the broad sense, calling upon her past as a U.S. prosecutor, and added that they would rightly be doing so. Ever since the FBI raided Trump's home in Florida in August, concerns have been raised about how it looks for a Democratic presidential government to investigate a political rival should the ex-president formally declare his 2024 candidacy. Asked whether Biden has any plans to file for re-election after the November midterm elections, Harris replied, "Listen, the president has been very clear that he has intents to run again." And on sport, over to Kulsum Muhammad.
Thank you, Sumaya Ibrahim. Now in sports. Nigeria Football Federation First Vice President Barrister Sheyi Akinwumi, Second Vice President Shehu Diko and Amanze Uchegbolam are among the 11 candidates cleared for the presidential race of the country's football body. The NFF unveiled the cleared candidates in a release published on their website on Tuesday. Also in the race are former Super Eagles goalkeeper Peter Said Ida, Musa Amadou, Ibrahim Gusau and UK-based David Duhati. The NFF elections is billed for Friday, 30th September in Benin City, Edo State. Still on sports, Muller speaks ahead Bayern Munich versus Barcelona match. Bayern Munich forward Thomas Muller believes the team's Champions League clash against Barcelona will be an open game. Bayern opened their section with a 2-0 victory at Inter Milan last Wednesday, while Barcelona were 5-1 winners over Victoria Pilsen at Camp Nou in their first game at the 2022/2023 competition. Bayern have actually not been victorious in the Bundesliga since August 21, though drawing each of their last 3 matches against Borussia Mönchengladbach, Union Berlin and Stuttgart. And that's all we have in sports updates for today. I'm Kuthu Mohammed saying thanks for watching. To have a nice day. Keep watching Standard Voice Television.
Thank you, Kulsum. And that's all on the news for today. To end the news, a quick look at the major headlines. Airport workers protest give federal government 14-day ultimatum over aviation bills. Zamfara State Police Command reiterates its commitment to restoring lasting peace and security in the state. Boundary dispute worsened insecurity, 676 killed in states. On business, passport issuance rises by 38%, more Nigerians relocate. And on the international scene, Vice President Kamala Harris reaffirms her support for Joe Biden in the 2024 race. On sports, Akinwumi Diko 9 others cleared for NFF presidential race. On behalf of the production crew, Head of News and Current Affairs, I'm Sumaya Dosore. Do have a pleasant day and keep watching Standard Voice Television.